Well, good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, and as you can tell, today we are at Graceland. Off in the distance to the right, you can see the guest house at Graceland that we vlogged and stayed in. Today, we're back to the real deal. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. Good to be back, Elvis. Well, good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, and we are here at Graceland. As you can tell, I'm doing a special Patreon sunglass vlog for Gay Morris. I hope you enjoy Graceland, Gay. Well, it all begins here. I'm taking the VIP tour today, the Entourage tour. And this is letting us know what the social distancing rules are, how many teddy bears and hound dogs and gold records away you have to be. I dig the presidential merchandise. They put X's on the seats to show you where you can sit. Yeah.
Passing right through the gates of Graceland. For this tour, you come back up to the house as many times as you like today.
Melissa's wallet with pictures of Lisa Marie in there, and social security card, gold social security card, and sheriff's badge. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Take a look at that. Oh yeah. Some Elvis's jewelry. This is part of the private exhibit. The center one. Oh yeah, take a look at those. Those are incredible. The medallion even has his name on it. Take a look at the watch. And that medallion. Gold telephone from Elvis's bedroom, and they said it's the only thing from his bedroom on display. And that they said even if you tried to go up the stairs to sneak up there, it's got behind 2 locked doors. Alright, so for sure this was the best way to see Graceland I could have ever imagined. They're touting it as see it the way you've never seen it before because it is totally empty. I took, as you can see, look right there, I mean I took a tour, there were only 6 people on the tour and it was self-guided, so once you got into the front doors you could go at your own pace, and I really had it to myself for the most part. I felt like it was almost like an Airbnb because I just walked room to room completely taking it in at my own pace. So if you can get here, come check it out now. Then I just wanted to show all the little accents to the house that Elvis would have looked at while he was standing out there on the front. Now we're going in. Look how empty it is when you go inside. Just a few people. Then that's the stairway up to Elvis's room. There's a famous photo of Priscilla standing right here with that photo of Elvis. And I just love the stained glass on the inside. That's just so cool to me. And little Lisa Marie. And then that is me photobombing a painting of Vernon, Elvis's dad, that Vernon had painted for a Christmas present for Elvis before he died. Then that is the famous Peacock Room, a gathering place for Elvis and all of his guests. And I just love the style of it. Now apparently he used to redecorate pretty often, so the way you see it now is the way Priscilla kind of remembers it, as what I've heard, so I really dig the style of it, and you can tell Elvis really loved white and blues in this room. And there's actually a great photo of him standing in there. His piano, all those gospel songs he would have played in there. So fascinating. That's actually a painting of Elvis right around the time that he would have purchased Graceland. And then of course a selfie of me in here. But that couch right there was actually custom made for this room. I believe it's 15 feet long, and then there's me inside the front room. And then this is a closet that if you open it up, which I couldn't, when Elvis originally purchased the house, the interior was painted blue. And if you open that door on the Gates of Graceland videos, they show that that is the original blue, the only place that's originally blue from when Elvis bought the house. Then that is the room that Gladys and Vernon would have stayed in, and then eventually Elvis's grandmother Minnie Mae. Kind of somber to look in that because Gladys was such a big part of Elvis's life. And of course, photos of Elvis on the wall, why wouldn't she? And then she had the poodle wallpaper put up there. I think it was Minnie Mae that did that. And then in here you can see the reflection of Elvis's mom's dresses in a closet. Now we're walking back into the front room, and that entryway is where Elvis used to do his karate. And then that's looking up stairs where his bedroom was, and straight up the staircase. Nobody's ever allowed up there. And then I just had to touch the railing. I mean, don't tell anybody, but I had to. And I had to take a selfie there. Why not? I'm in Graceland. And then this is the dining room. Pretty interesting dining room. A lot going on here. And then that's the TV that Elvis always watched. He loved his TV. And the family, Lisa Marie, Priscilla, if they're in town, they still dine in here. And you can see that's where Elvis would always sit, that far seat at the end. Best view of the TV, they said. And then me with the Elvis shades in that room. And then look how much is going on. He has all that china and silver. And then up in the corners you can see his religious artifacts. This was great because I could actually check out this stuff without people hovering over me like usual. Then a beautiful picture of Priscilla and Lisa Marie as we head in towards the kitchen from the dining room. That's a little view of the jungle room. You can see the security TVs over there. That's the famous kitchen. All those sandwiches and food would have been made for Elvis. And Priscilla said there was always people in the house and they could always eat, but they had to eat what was made for everyone. It wasn't like a restaurant where you could just ask for certain things. And I love that they've kept it just trapped in time. Look at all the appliances and everything. So cool. Now this is a little secret. If you look at that drawer below, on Gates to Graceland, they actually show that inside there in crayon, Lisa Marie, when she was a little girl, wrote Lisa Marie's house, Graceland, in crayon. And I was so freaking tempted to pull that drawer out, but I had a special vlog coming up next. I didn't want to ruin it. And that's the phone that Elvis would have called and made his requests from his room. And that's the stairwell that Elvis would have come down to from his bedroom. And there's a brief view of the jungle room, which we'll see when we come back up from upstairs or downstairs. Then there's Gladys and Vernon's room as we start going downstairs in that mirrored stairwell. Very cool. Into Elvis's entertainment room. 3 TVs, record players. There's the bar. They ask you not to touch because you know everybody wants to. Look at all the little knickknacks. They said he didn't have a particular style he liked, just if he liked something he bought it and it all just got meshed together. Take a look at that. Think of how many hours he would have spent in here watching TV. They said that he loved watching 3 TVs because LBJ would watch 3 TVs. Then there you see the little monkey. He had a pet monkey that lived at Graceland for a while, Scatter. So you'll see little figurines of chimpanzees and monkeys all over the house. Apparently Scatter was a bit of a problem, so he had to go. And then there are the 3 TVs. And it's interesting to see what kind of records Elvis would have been listening to. You can see his 45s, Mario Lanza. Then just me doing a selfie because that's a mirrored ceiling. I thought that was really cool. Then part of his hi-fi set. And then another selfie in the monkey room with the TCB Bolt. Now we're heading into Elvis's game room. Very interesting look to this room. But Lisa Marie said she used to play in this room a lot when she was a little girl with her friends. She always remembered Elvis having a lot of people over. It was always a lot of commotion and noise in this room. And it definitely has a unique style to it because, like I said, Elvis, if he liked something, he just bought it. And he didn't care if anybody else liked it or if it matched anything. So you can see the walls have like this fabric that's all kind of folded. It took like 100 or so hours to have that done. Take a look at that. Elvis would have played pool there. That's actually the wall, but the ceiling, you can tell how long that would have taken to do that kind of creation. Now we're heading down the hallway, leaving the game room, and we're heading back upstairs towards the jungle room. That shag carpeting. I had to touch it. Now, as we go up here, Elvis recorded quite a few albums, one of which being Down in the Jungle Room. And other people have recorded in here, but you can find original photos before he redid this. It was much, much different, but Elvis definitely put his taste and touch to this room, and you can see all kinds of animal figures all over. Fur, everything. And then you'll see that little bear in that chair over there to the left. That was Lisa Marie's bear. She loved to hang out in this room, and there was a little waterfall on that wall. Yeah, very Elvis. And more chimpanzees. Now we're leaving the jungle room, and on the other side of this wall is where we originally started, where all that special memorabilia, the gold telephone, was. And we're heading out of Graceland House, and that is a view of Vernons' office. So we're gonna make the walk down there, but we're gonna take a look at the stables and the yard where all the guys would have played football, those football games that Elvis loved to orchestrate. And we'll also talk in the next video about the bullet holes in the swing set here, how that happened, because that's what those are. There's a back view of Graceland, and then we're going into Vernons' office, which most of everything was done there. You can see it says, please read and observe, no loafing in office, strictly for employees only. If you have business here, please take care of it and leave Vernons Presley. He used to pay all the bills out of here, send out fan club stuff through here, and there's a great interview when Elvis got out of the military that he does from inside this office, and they had a TV that you could watch of them playing that interview right there. You can see all the gifts and paintings that people have sent in of Elvis over time that would have been in that office. And a painting of Gladys. Still some of the old memorabilia in there. And then this was kind of an all-purpose room that Elvis used to shoot off his guns. Target practice. And these, as you can see, were bullets and casings that they found in the floor and the walls of that room. Quite a few of them. A lot of 38 specials and Colt 45. Then that's some of the original hardware to the house. And a back view of Graceland up there would have been Elvis's bedroom. And they said Elvis loved horses, so they always keep 3 horses. He had one for Lisa Marie, one for Priscilla, and one for him. And that's also a back view of Elvis's bedroom, which leads us towards the trophy room, trophy building. And that's walking back up towards Graceland. But I didn't do much in the trophy building. I only showed a couple things because I was here in May 2019 and nothing has changed. So I just showed a few things. If you want to see the whole place, go check out that video from May 2019. So I had to show the keys to Graceland. I mean, that was relevant, I thought, you know. Elvis's personal keys. And then of course their wedding attire. That 1967 wedding they snuck off to have. They actually have, right here you can see Elvis's cufflinks from the ceremony. Very cool. And a bottle of California champagne from the ceremony. And Priscilla's tiara. And then of course Elvis's suit, his Lansky suit. Now this was great because this was Elvis's desk from his second floor office. He used this quite a bit. And then as we came out of the trophy building, there's our first view of the pool and a lot of home video of Elvis diving off that diving board into this pool. So it's kind of cool to see it. And then this takes us over to the racquetball building. Elvis took up racquetball in the early 70s and enjoyed the sport so much that he decided to have his own court built. Personal sports complex complete with weight training area on the ground floor, full-size racquetball court, and a jacuzzi and dressing room upstairs was completed in '75. Elvis spent $200,000 on the building and took so much pride and effort that he personally supervised it. And this is sad because this was where Elvis spent his last time. He was actually out here in the racquetball building and then went up to the bathroom and passed away. There's the bar. It's kind of sad to be in this and know that this was where he spent his last moments. I'm sure he enjoyed them. He was always laughing and always singing and always playing piano. Had a piano everywhere. Some of the art from the racquetball room. So sad. And then of course, he loved racquetball, so we got to show the court and his racket. Then as we walk out, we're facing the meditation garden. So that's where we're going next. There's the well on property and the fountain. As I walked up, I had to get a good view of the backside of the pool. And then this is looking from the pool towards the meditation garden. And then this was the original headstones for Gladys. Gladys's burial at the cemetery before they moved her. These were there. And of course we make our way over to the graves. This is such a sad part whenever I go. There's the memorial for Jessie. And of course Gladys, Elvis's beloved mother. They had her moved here because they had problems at the cemetery. And then Vernon, the last one to pass, Elvis's father. And Minnie Mae, Elvis's grandmother who lived here. And then of course Elvis's grave. So sad. And that's actually an eternal flame. You can see here it says, to Elvis in memoriam, you gave yourself to each of us in some manner. You were wrapped in thoughtfulness and tied with love. May this flame reflect our never-ending respect and love for you. May it serve as a constant reminder to each of us your eternal presence. And then there, his friends listed on the side, his doctor, Joe Esposito, his best friend. And then I picked up an Elvis pick to leave here for him. Even though I know things get cleaned off daily, I like to leave something, and that was this time what I left. Rest in peace, Elvis. As you can tell by all my photos, I was pretty much there alone. This was the biggest group I saw the entire time I was there. And that's an empty Graceland during COVID. I highly recommend you go out and take a look if you can. This is the emptiest you'll ever see it. Of course I couldn't leave without buying a pile of fun stuff from Elvis. Well my friends, we are gonna call it a day from Graceland. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Little trip back through the King's Castle. Game Horse, I hope you enjoyed your Patreon sunglass vlog, and we'll see you all next time. Have a great night, and goodbye.